Hello there, guys. So, I've been asked lately many times about breeding, mutations, how to rise dino stats, and how to create super powerful dinos, and most importantly, how to exceed the 2020 mutation limit that people apparently says there exists, but it doesn't. So, I'll just the guys that I've read or watched the video about, like they were not clearly enough to like get the point to people. Sometimes they're like they leave so many questions and they're like not understandable for new people. So I'm trying to get the simplest possible guide and how to do it. First of all, I'm gonna mention that this is mostly for people that plays on servers where they have access to S plus mutator. Obviously everything is possible without it, but it's way harder and it's just like it's really tiresome. So I'm just let's say that this is mostly for the people that uses mutator. So first you will need to start some preparations. You need to find a dino with the right stat that you want to mutate. So for me, it's gonna be a Rex. I'll get a Rex here. This is gonna be my male, my alpha male, and the stat that I want to breed for is melee. So I'm looking for the Rex with the most melee I can find, without mutations, of course. So let's say I have a 40 melee Rex with no mutations. The mutations will be always like fathers and mothers side. The left side will always be fathers. The right side always be mothers. That was for the future reference. After I got my alpha Rex, I will name him alpha male. I need to find females. Females doesn't really matter. Like their stats, their levels doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is they are both 020, 020. This is the only thing that matters while having females. Nothing else matters. You only want a female that is 020 on both sides. After you have these, let's say I'll take the more females you put with this male, the better chances is you will get the right offspring. So I will use 15 females and one male, and we'll go there. You put one male, the alpha male, and 15 females to breed. Let's say this guy is for now 40 milli, 020, 020. After that, you'll get 15 offsprings. They are the offsprings. So now the first RNG number that you're gonna be fighting with is that one. 60% chance for offsprings to get better parent stat. We are assuming like we have this guy with 40 milli, and all of these females most likely has less melee stat since you don't care about that. So this guy's melee is the better stat from the parents. You have 60% chance for the 40 melee to be carried over to each of these offsprings. You might get it in 10, you might get it in 12, you might get it in 3. This is pure RNG. We will go with statistics, so we 8 of them got the father's melee. I mark them like this. The other guys are insignificant and they don't matter. You can cross them out, you can kill them, you can do whatever you want to them. They don't matter at all to you. You only care about those that got the father's side mutations. So the stat. So you get 60%, 40 milli carried over. Now you have these 8 offsprings that all carried over the stat that you wanted. So now you check about for the mutation. Since you used mutator, so all of them are 100% sure to mutate something. You don't know what it is, so you need to check. And after checking, I marked some stats that could have mutated since like are the stats in the game. This is stamina, food, oxygen, weight, melee, speed, HP. All of these stats can mutate. So this Rex mutate oxygen, food, HP, speed, weight, stamina, food. This is just energy. And finally, you were lucky enough to get this guy to mutate melee. So you got first RNG number. So you carried 60% chance for the offspring. This guy got 40 melee from your father, and 1/7 chance from this 7 stats. So it's 1/7 that he mutated melee stat. So you got these two RNG numbers together, and you were lucky enough to get the alpha offspring. So now this guy becomes your alpha offspring. He's now 42 melee, 02, 20, 120, or 120, 020. This doesn't matter. It occurs differently. This is father side, this is mother side. It can occur on both. It's 50% chance. It doesn't really matter for now. So basically, you rise this guy and you replace this alpha male that's 40 melee. You replace him with the new one that's 42 melee and has 1 mutation. And you repeat this process. So again, you go from all of this, you get offsprings. Some of them gets the male, the 42 male melee stats from the male. Then you check the mutations. If any of them mutated male, he becomes your alpha male. Like after the second mutation would look like this guy. Moment. Basically, this is. Oh wait, that was a misclick. So this guy turns to be 44 milli, 120 milli. Like it doesn't really matter. You can repeat this process until 2020, basically. So after mutating 20 times, your alpha rex will look like this. It's it will look like this for now. He's 80 milli because he mutated 20 times, and he's for now 2020 0, or he might be 1920 and 1 because that's how it works. The thing is, the male size mutations will always be additive to itself and will always stay on father's side. So as long as you breed this guy, this line of the Rex with 0 females, your mutation count on female side will always be either 0 or 1. It will never go up, so you can never exceed the 2020 mother side mutation as long as you don't put females that has more mutations. The less, the better and easier. So you had two numbers to hit in order to get to get a male, but now you are 1920. So the offspring of this guy will automatically have 20 mutations out of 20 on father side, and people say that this is over, and no, this is not over. The only thing that changes is now it gets a lot harder. So again, the same process. You mutated this guy that's 80 milli, 19, 20, 120. And you got the 15 offsprings. Again, 8 of them got the milli carried over. These are the offsprings. The thing is now, you can. I will put the subtitles on so you can see what I mean by this. But what I'm saying, see, this guy mutated oxygen. He's 2020, and mutation occurred on the female side. It's on the female side now. So it actually mutated. It gave an oxygen, the mutation occurred here. But here, he mutated on the father's side. That's already 2020. So this mutation doesn't count. He's 2120. This mutation doesn't work. You don't get a stat. You don't get a region color. You don't get nothing. That's just basically wasted mutation. You don't get anything from it. Same history here. Here he mutated on the female side that's below 20. So mutation got accurate properly. You got a mutated HP stat, you got a color region change, your X is good. And this will keep happening all the time. We have a melee. This is just the meter. So first of all, you needed a 60% chance for the offspring to get better parent stat, and 1/7 chance to mutate your desired stat. But since 2020 fathers, you need a third one. That's 50% chance to be on mother side, and it has to be on mother side for it to go up. So now when this happened, this guy became 82 milli. He's 2020 from father and 120 from a female that just mutated. So this carries over here now. And now he becomes 82 milli, 2020 on fathers, and 120 on females. Now, if you breed this guy again in the same exact process, the only difference will be that these mutations here, they will not be 2120. For example, it might go to 2020 and 020, and this mutation doesn't work, but it might go proper way. So this will be 2120 because of course the previous guy, this guy got additive on the left side, so now it's 21 mutations on father side. But again, it mutated once on the female side, so the mutation applied again. So your 82 milli again mutated further and turned to 84 milli, and now it's 21 from fathers and again 1 from mother side. And the process will continue infinitely. You can do it infinitely until you get your desired stat. We're going back here again, and your Rex again changes. You change the Rex, the alpha male with this one, so it's now 21, 20, and 120. This will happen again, and everything will be the same except for the fact that this guy, the desired one that you need to aim for, will be again 22, 20, 120, because it occurs on the female side. If it doesn't occur on the female side and occurs here, your melee will not go up. You will not get an alpha. You're left with nothing. You need to repeat the process with the previous alpha. But if you are lucky and you hit your RNGs properly, then it will turn to this. So 22, 20, 120, and the alpha will also, this will change to an alpha. That's gonna be now 86 milli. And 22, 20, 120. This will keep happening all the time. This number on the father side can be whatever you want it to be. You can make it 40-20. You can make it at 40-20 at this point, or even 60-20, and this will still become the same. That doesn't what father has doesn't matter as long as he breeds with a female that's below 2020 and mutation is lucky enough to occur on that side. It's 50% chance you have no control over it. Then the highest peak of the dino is 255. The game does not recognize anything above 255 in one particular stat. If you reach 255, you cannot go above it. And since mutations only adds 2 points, you can only make it from the odd number. You cannot make it from the even number. But this comes with consequences. If you get to 255 stat, you will not be allowed to add any levels to this dino. The stat will be, you will see the plus that you can add from the tame dino experience, but it will not work. So if you plan on breeding to the maximum, but you still want to increase the stats further, you need to breed to 254 or 253. 254 is the maximum wild stat that allows you to add more domesticated points. You can make it 253. The difference is really not big. But yeah, this is the maximum of thing you can aim for. And going by this logic, 1785 is the maximum level of a dino when all 7 stats are 255. You cannot exceed this number. Of course, if without spawning them as an admin. By breeding, this is the biggest level you can possibly achieve. So again, if you are aiming for, let's say, melee on Rex, and you know that you will want to pump it up even more, then you should start from an even number. And you will be able to reach 254. Or if you are breeding for, let's say, additional stat like stamina or weight, and you know that you will not want to put a single stat into it, you can make it from the odd number and finish at 255. So now you basically know that the 2020 on the father side does not matter at all as long as all the females he breeds with are still 020 or at least below 020, because after this it doesn't really matter. 020 is the best option you can go for. And you can finish this dino to be basically, if you start at 40, then 40 if the 40 mutations occurs, if he's like 39 and 1, this guy will have 100 melee. And if you even go for even more, let's say you want him to have 60 mutations, then it's gonna be 59 plus 1 here, and it's gonna be 140. This is basically how it works. If you can stack it up to the point of 255 or 254, depends on if you started off an odd number or even number. Of course, if you have 254, you also cannot mutate it further. It will not add any points. 254, because if it will try to add 2 points into it, but since it cannot add 2 points into it, it will not add points at all. So these two are the barriers of what you can get. Again, if you don't want to add the stat afterwards, 255 is the maximum. If you want to add stats after you finish your dino, it's 254. It's all up to you. I'm pretty sure that this is clear enough for people to understand why and how you can breed those dinos above 2020. And the 15 is not the maximum number. I am using 20 females until 2020, and after 2020 on the father side, I'm using 30 females. Because like going by the statistics, if you use 20 females and we're getting alpha every 4 out of 5 times, then after this number hits, and your chances will be basically twice lower, then you need to increase females by 2 to increase them to the same point they were in. It's all depends on your luck and how you do it. I'm pretty sure this is understandable. If it's not understandable, you can ask in comments or you can ask me on Discord, whatever. I'm pretty sure that this is pretty clear. Thank you for watching. See ya.